I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and in part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy S4 full video review, we're continuing our discussion as to whether this is the must-have Android phone of 2013. Join me and we'll figure it out together in PhoneDog's full video review of the Samsung Galaxy S4 part 2. It's part 2 of the Samsung Galaxy S4 full video review on PhoneDog.com and on the YouTube channel at youtube.com/PhoneDog. Now, before I get started, all of our information can be found at PhoneDog.com/Galaxy S4. It's our hub for Galaxy S4 content, and whether it's videos, news, written reviews, or whatever it is that you want, you can find it right there. Also, be sure to check out part 1 of this review. I'm going to put the link right here in the YouTube video once it's populated and uploaded, so be sure to check that out. Click that link and take a look at all the stuff we covered in part 1. Also, want to give special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game. When you go into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll get your email, your web, all your AirView settings, your air gesture settings, and more set up and ready to go, so when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. So this is part 2 of the Galaxy S4 review, and just a really quick recap on specs. This is the Sprint version of the device, which does have 4G LTE, as do all of the other versions, and this has a 1.9 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU, a 5-inch 1080p HD display with 441 pixels per inch, 2,600 milliamp hour battery that is removable, 13 megapixel camera, 1080p HD recording, 2 gigabytes of RAM. This thing is chocked to the gills with great specifications, and it brings together great specs and incredible software as well. If you like the Galaxy S3 and the Note 2 for its specifications and for the software goodies, you're really going to enjoy Samsung's Galaxy S4. So be sure to check out part 1. Now we're going to pick up part 2 and talk more about some of the software goodies, and I just want to recap some of them. Obviously, S-Beam is included out of the box, so if you use your Galaxy device with your other Galaxy device, or maybe a friend's Galaxy device or family's Galaxy device, you can still do that with the S4. But this brings a ton of stuff to the table, and it makes it easier to organize thanks to the new settings menu with AirView, which we covered in part 1, information, previews, and more. And you can actually use AirView and Flipboard as well. So in addition to the gallery, you can just hover over the display and immediately get a preview without actually touching anything. So whether you're in the gallery or anywhere for that matter, you can use it. I shouldn't say anywhere, it only works in select applications, but you can use it right there. And then of course you can use the air gestures to move easily between things like pictures and more. Very impressive features all around on the device. But I want to take a look and jump over to the 13 megapixel camera because it brings together some incredible new features as well. Samsung has really done a great job of highlighting the camera, and it's evident with its 13 megapixel shooter with some new software features as well. So I'm going to bring the Galaxy S3 over here, and we'll bring it over and take a look at some of the picture options. Now, one of my favorites is you have the ability to come down here and do a couple of different things. Typical options like grayscale, sepia, vintage, faded, and more, but you get a preview down here at the bottom every time you scroll through, so I can actually see what the picture looks like before I switch over. So for example, moody, I can see what it looks like before I switch over. Vintage, I can see what it looks like, and then no effect, I can go right back and get rid of those when I see fit. So you've got that option, and of course this is one of my favorites as well, and you're going to see it pop up. I've got the ability to record from the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. So I can click here, for example, and let's say I'm recording, a soccer game or a football game, and I think, I want to be in that picture. Perhaps it's a picture of a famous person, and I want to be in it with that famous person. I can do cheese. And let's get this focusing on the AT&T logo while smiling. And then I can go into the gallery and send this to friends and to family with both the front-facing image and then the rear-facing image like that as well. So I'm sending a picture of the Galaxy S3 while reviewing the Galaxy S4. Does that blow your mind, or does that blow your mind? So you got the dual camera option, which I like a lot. You got animated photos, sound, and shot, but one of my favorites is drama. You can go over here to mode and easily select those. Let me go ahead and turn that off, and then we'll go into mode. And not only are the modes here, but they've made it easier to see which mode is what. So auto mode, night mode, sports mode, panorama mode, eraser mode, which is a great one. So I can come in here, for example, and hit eraser mode. And let's see if I can do it. It's always hard to do with an actual image, but let's see if I can do something in the background. Like this. Let's see if it detects my fingers. It may not detect my fingers. This is not a professional test by any stretch of the imagination. No moving objects have been detected, but we have put this to the test before, and it comes out really impressive. So you can erase people in the background and really make it a clean picture, because you know what? You're always out and about, and it's always that annoying person in the background while you're taking a picture that causes the issue. You can take care of that with eraser mode. Another one of my favorites, drama mode, where you can take multiple pictures. So if somebody's moving in the background, you can merge them into one dramatic picture, which I think is really cool as well. So a lot of different options here. HDR, of course, panorama as expected, sports, nighttime, and more. Really an impressive camera all around. Love these features. I'm going to come back here actually, and I did not mean to click eraser mode. Let's see if we can back out. No, we cannot back out. What we can do is wait for it to process, and we're going to get out of that. Go to mode, and I'm going to go back to auto, because that's where the party is at. I'm going to take a picture of the Samsung logo over here, for example. Let me back out to the glare. And boom, there you go. Impressive images all around. And again, I can scroll through just by swiping with my fingers, or just by touching. Not even touching, actually just moving through without touching the display. So very impressive camera all around. Let's take a look at quadrant standard as well. Quick reminder, 1.9 gigahertz quad-core Snapdragon 600 CPU. That's really impressive all around. It's going to go head-to-head with the HTC One. Here is the quadrant standard score. And while we're doing that, I will talk about call quality. Call quality is absolutely fantastic on this device. I've been exceptionally pleased with the way people sound. I've been exceptionally pleased with the way they report that I sound as well. Volume is nice and loud, and we'll take a quick look at the call area before we sign off in part 2, but been really impressed with call quality. Another thing I've been shockingly impressed with is battery life. Now this thing has a 2,600 milliamp hour battery, so yes, it is 500 milliamp hours bigger than the Galaxy S3, but my thought was, you know what, big display, 1080p HD, this thing's going to be a battery suck combined with 4G LTE. And so far I've been pretty impressed with the battery life. I've had this for a week, and I've been using it with my personal addresses, my work email addresses, and been doing some test calls, some messages, and more. And I've been incredibly impressed with how this thing has performed. I've made it through every day. The worst case scenario, I think I made it through one day when there was like 18% left. And that's the worst that I saw it at. So I've been really impressed overall. Now your mileage will vary, keep that in mind, but I've been incredibly impressed overall with the battery. So at 12,460, quite the impressive score all around. Now I'm going to take you into speed test as well with a disclaimer. Sprint's 4G LTE is available in the Dallas Metroplex. It's exceptional around my house. You can see over here in results, I get speeds, and actually I did a hard reset, so I take that back, but I get speeds between 15 and 20 megabits per second on a regular basis. It peaks as high as 25 megabits per second, but this, unfortunately, is what I'm seeing in the office. So it may be a cell site issue around my office or interference, but I'm getting anywhere from 0.5 megabits per second to just under 2 megabits per second on the download for 4G LTE. So it is 4G LTE capable. If you're in a market that supports it and you aren't having any cell site issues, more power to you, because it is pretty impressive to use a great device like this with 4G LTE. But right now, a little bit disappointing in the download and upload speeds, but it is a Sprint cell site issue. Like I said, I have taken this device through and through in the Dallas Metroplex and been overall really impressed with the download and the upload speeds on Sprint's 4G LTE network. So it just appears to be an issue in my particular area, which is hard, man. It's hard because I'm in the office all day long and I don't get to take advantage of my 4G LTE goodness on my Sprint Galaxy S4 review unit. So you got that. You got speed test to get an idea of how this phone works, but again, you're going to see some changes all around. The keypad looks different here, the contacts area looks different, and then of course, like I said, that information preview, if I had speed dial enabled, I could hover over the numbers and see my speed dials for those respective people. So here are my contacts as well. You can see Alexa Stevenson, Bill Stevenson. The real change here, not a whole lot, the background's white, and then you can see the people look a little bit different as well. So minor changes there, and overall that's what you're going to see on this device from a user interface standpoint. Minor differences, with the exception of some great new features. You'll also see some changes to Samsung's Hub application. We'll connect here and take a look at it. Completely redefined, redesigned, and intended to fit your lifestyle. So you've got your applications, your music, and all of that in one spot. So music, video, books, and I can hover over each one of those without touching the display, as you see, and video, books, and more. So we'll go into music, for example, and take a look at the Samsung Hub. And all of those features, you know, turning it over to mute it, palm swiping to take a screenshot, you can still do all of that in the Galaxy S4 as well. The palm swipe, a little bit different now. The screenshot kind of enhances the background, or enhances the border, if you will, instead of doing that kind of swipe across image that it used to do. But using this as an example, here's your music store, and you can take a look at the categories and see this, for example, Calvin Harris, 18 months, and you can buy music from there, and then of course search in your respective store within the Samsung Hub. Last thing I want to talk about is Samsung's Watch On. And unfortunately, I wasn't even able to cover S Health. S Health is a nice application, and we'll do a quick overview of it just to give you an idea. You can come in here and do your calories burned. You can do calorie intake. It's all intended to be a life companion, as Samsung calls it. So the S4, from health to well-being to media to texting to calling, it's supposed to be your one-stop shop in the smartphone landscape. So you can come in here and it can be a walking mate. You can put in your exercises. You can put in a food, or there is a food tracker, I should say. So you can put in food and see how many calories you're burning, how many calories you're eating, and make sure you stay nice and healthy. And it's got a nice picture in the background with this person tying their shoe, which I think is particularly impressive. So pretty quick and easy to use. And once you get it set up with your weight, your height, you can start tracking intake, your food intake, your exercise, how many steps you've walked, and more. So pretty nice little feature there. And hey, you know what, keeping in mind most of that stuff, either spare applications or added charges, nice to see that it comes out of the box on the Galaxy S4. So you've got that, and of course the Sprint goodies, which we won't cover in this video. Watch On, though, is particularly impressive, and we'll wait for it to load up. And I happen to be checking Air Disasters a second ago. One of my favorite television shows. I can check the time and see when it comes on. But Watch On, very similar to HTC's TV application. We saw this debut on the Galaxy Note 8.0. And not only can you kind of bring in all of your aggregation stuff, you can bring in, this, for example, and see the Invisible Planes coming on Sunday at 6 p.m. It's telling me that from my AT&T Uverse subscription. But it can show me YouTube videos as well. Or I can come in here, and I'm going to go back from Air Disasters. I'm going to back it up. Back it up. Watch On, and I'll load it back up. So you got on TV and then video, but I can also configure this as my remote, so I can change it from the TV or from the couch itself. So I don't want to set it up right now, but you get the idea, and you can actually use it in the notification shade as well. So when you're watching TV, if you want to flip, you can use your phone as your remote, so you don't have to put it down, pick up a separate remote, and flip. One-stop shop, my friends. One-stop shop. So in conclusion, my favorite Android device in the market right now. It's a tough call between this and the HTC One, though they both have some great features all around. HTC One, beautiful metal build quality. This has some killer software, and of course the availability automatically makes this attractive. The fact that I can walk into Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, wherever the case may be, and pick up this device right out of the gate, or I shouldn't say right out of the gate, a couple months from now when it's available on all the different carriers, I can walk in and pick up the same phone. So I can get it at Verizon, C Spire, Cricket. HTC is doing a great job with the One on AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile, but they don't have Verizon, US Cellular, C Spire, or Cricket. So great distribution with the Galaxy S4, and it continues along with some great cases like the S-View case and of course all your flip covers as well. You can get some great accessories for this device. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for more on the Samsung Galaxy S4. Great device all around, a great update to the Galaxy S line of devices. I'm really impressed. And you know what, even though it looks evolutionary, it really is revolutionary from a software standpoint. So I would encourage you to check it out. If software is your thing, you're looking at upgrading and you say, you know what, I love the features of my Note 2, love that S3, but you know what, I need something new. It may look the same, but the software features are enough to probably compel you to buy it. And I would highly recommend you take a look at this and the HTC One. I'm on Twitter at PhoneDog_Aaron. I'm on Facebook at Facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, Google+, G+.to/PhoneDog, and be sure to check out our Galaxy S4 coverage at PhoneDog.com/Galaxy S4. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more on PhoneDog.com, and as always, I'll see you next time.